What's going on, people? It's Baba Will. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on my videos. Okay? Hit the notification bell so that way when I upload videos, you'll be notified and you can watch great content. All right. This video is about self-esteem and bad advice. Right? Self-esteem, our self-worth, our self-image is very important, right? So we have to be mindful in as to where we decide to accept information. Like, as far as if we want to, speak to people who we trust is a key factor, or, respect, and we're looking for answers. We're trying to shed, process some information, and we're looking for answers. We're looking for good advice. We're looking for, even just an opportunity to vent to another person who we might trust or confide in. You have to really know who you're speaking to well enough to where their words matter, or their information or their advice, has holds weight, because many times you might receive bad advice. You might be ill-advised, because the person who is supposed to be, engaging or receiving the information or trying to help you through a situation might not give you the best advice. Why? Because they're just not in a good space themselves. They might not be in a good space. They might not be well enough. Sometimes when you need to speak to someone, it's because you're going through issues. You might want to, just throw an idea out there, or just release some troubles, some pains, get some things off your chest. You might not even want to hear anything from anyone. You just might just want to have an opportunity to just let some stuff go, blow off some steam. And the other person who's receiving the information, they're just not emotionally mature enough to take the information and give you something back that's going to help you, that's going to, help you process some information. Sometimes you have to look at the way the other person lives, or as far as their character. You have to see, okay, if I'm speaking to this person about, an issue that I'm having, and I know I need this help, and I really have to get some stuff off my chest. You have to make sure that the person you're talking to has their stuff together. At least they have to have their life together on some level. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to connect with someone and what if your information is very delicate or very sensitive, or, it's just like some personal stuff that you want to, just air out and talk about, but the other person on the receiving end doesn't have their act together. Okay, what's that going to do to your self-esteem? It's going to help continue to devalue your self-esteem. So you have to make sure that, the people who you confide in, the people or a person who you may trust, who you think you have, you can trust or respect, is also worthy of your time, is also worthy of your respect, because they have to bring a certain element to the table also, a certain level where you can make a healthy connection. Because if you have bad self-esteem and you're dealing with that to repair and to heal and to move up, and you're dealing with someone who, or you're speaking to someone who is also suffering or may not have the best options in what's going on in their lives, or they, may make poor decisions, that might not be the best person to talk to get, receive some, counseling. Or it's not even counseling as far as from a professional type of clinical standpoint. It's just when you're talking to people, or when you're just trying to speak to a friend, make sure that that friend is worthy. Make sure that friend is also is on the up and up. Make sure that friend is not trying to indirectly hurt you or keep you feeling bad. I mean, sometimes you speak to people and you end up feeling worse off than you did before you spoke to them. That's what you don't want. That's what you don't want. You don't want that. You don't want that. You want to make sure that when you're connected with people, you're receiving advice, you're receiving, you're talking and you're trying to iron things out and process information and whatever it is. Make sure that the person on the receiving end is emotionally mature enough to handle that, and they have their wherewithal where they can give you some decent form of support, healthy support, not something that's damaging or counterproductive. Okay, so that's something to think about when you're trying to build your self-esteem and your self-worth. And, it's already a delicate situation. It's already something that you're dealing with that's precious. Make sure that you also know that as precious as that is, it's also just as precious. You have to also know that the people you're trying to connect with have to be of a certain caliber, a high caliber, a good quality. There has to be something there that's connecting you to these people, so where you can continue to grow in a healthy way and not be connected with, folks that are just going to destroy or take away from you in a negative sense, and keep you sort of like, in a miserable place. That's not what we want. That's not what you want. All right. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment and be constructive with the comments. Not deconstructive or disrespectful. All right. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Be well.